back once again with the renegade disasters. Get a firm grip, guys, because otherwise you're liable to be whipped into the tornado and dumped a long way from Kansas. Coming up, we'll be slip-sliding our way into skipping stones. Splashing out to the honeycomb maze. And rolling away with it in the high rollers. Yes, you've guessed it. It's another knockout edition of Takeshi's Castle. As always, ladies' favourite General Lee starts the fun with 100 happy campers, ready to risk life, limb and lychees in order to reach the final showdown and storm Takeshi's Castle. Let's get kicked off with some chaotic climbing. It's the Great Wall. 100 contestants, only 88 places in the next round. Concept's basic. Simple even. Get over the wall and you're through. As long as you're in the first 88, of course. Teamwork may be required. It's slippy on the way down. It's hard on the way up. Trying to keep his pants white. Didn't quite work. Oh dear. This is the outer wall of the castle, of course. They've got a long way to go and they're finding it difficult already. What's he come as? A birthday cake? Oh. He's got a box on his head. Why? Answers on a postcard, please. Oh, a flying run. Is he through? He's left it late. I think he did it. Oh, there's a hare in the gate. It's a mouse. Is it a mouse? Is it a hare? Do we care? He'll tell the tale when he gets home. Let's see if he can include slip discs in the story. Our contestants have a ring on their helmets. From their highly accurate water cannon. If your ring gets penetrated, of course, you're out the game. The trick is to keep your head down. Mighty Mouse coming up. Is it Roland Rat? Don't get caught in the crossfire. Look at them, the bowls of fruit! And after those fruity fumbling 78 madcap contenders make a beeline for the honeycomb maze. There was a bunch of grapes in the last game, I'm sorry, but there was. I saw them with my own eyes. This game different, of course. Oh, what a dive! That was better than Francis Jeffers against Liverpool. Not that I'm bitter, of course. You have to get from one side of the maze to the other and come out on dry land. No, that's water. Never mind. It's not actually water. It's raw sewage. Little jobbies floating around if you look closely. She's keen. She's moving with speed. Oh, dear. She's been cornered. Can she body swerve the gods? Yes, she can. Good move. Oh, wrong door. Wrong door. It's still not the right door. It's the wrong door. She's out. Probably the right result. Looks like she doesn't want to get her hair wet. She might have no option. Oh dear. Oh no, she's caught in a cul-de-sac. Told you about the hair. Look at it. Flying up, flying out. Getting wet. Something involving two, he said there. Maybe it's I'm going to get through this, because he has. Fell over before she even got inside. It's the honeycomb maze. Can she be a busy little bee? No, she can't. She's a bumblebee. And bumbles out of the competition. Lots of screaming and calling each other's names. Pushing and shoving and... out of the game. His favourite band, of course, is Wet, Wet, Wet. He managed to keep us cool nicely there. My ridiculous replay wasn't so calm and collected as he dives straight out of the contest. No skipping stones for him, lucky fella. He's convinced he can do this, but it's not easy. It's the shin shredder, and he's shredded already. Out the game. Good job he wore his hard hat, though. Good jump. Oh! Could have been dangerous. Good jump, eh? He's like an Olympic athlete, tries to recover, but no, rolls off the stone and rolls out the game. Look at that jump, though. Oh, skip and dump. Oh, she slipped there, lost her foot and twisted her ankle, scraped her shin, banged her wrist and... well, countless other injuries, but she's out. A load of water up the nose as well. Here's Boxhead. Boxhead out of the game. Good recovery there. Got to choose the right stance. Oh, well recovered again. He's like a cat with so many lives. Yes, he's through. And he falls over as well. He's not as good on dry land as he was on the stones. Oh, but that hurt. Look at that now. Oh, bang. There we have it. Mighty Mouse. Oh dear. You'd think a mouse would protect his nuts. That fella didn't. Nibbles his way. Gnaws his way out of the game. For my ridiculous replay, you've got to see the fella in the red suit again. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. This has got a hair. Ow. You're gone to hospital. The rest have gone to gridiron, 67 of them. They've got to take on Count Takeshi's rambunctious rabble and make it to the end zone. Look at the shoulder pads. Last seen on Joan Collins in the 80s in an episode of Dynasty. Come on, what are you doing? You go the wrong way. The guards have fallen over. You've got to get past them, though. Oh, that was a high tackle. Oh, number 62 brings it crashing down. Hardly fair. Oh, it's a melee now, turning into a scrum. Five guards for the girls. She's working up a good rate. Oh, but no, she ran into a brick wall that was number 21. Crashes out, looks hurt as well. That's hardly going to cheer her up. Zigzagging across the pitch. What are you doing? Come back. Changes direction. Oh, she's doing well, suckering them into falling at her feet. Oh, yes! She's made it. Touchdown! She seems very pleased. That was a great body swerve there. Draws him in. He goes over 21, falls at her feet like a lovesick puppy. And then 48, trying to get hot on her heels. Couldn't make it. She's through. 7 guards for the boys, 5 for the girls. Kind of evens it up a bit. Oh, he's got a turn of speed on him. Right through. Oh! Oh, but he's taken out in the end. Trying his best to fight his way through. But, oh, brought him down. Quite heavy on his shoulder. Looks a bit hurt. He's in pain there, I think. Of course, course, our defenders here on gridiron look like Teletubbies got out to play. He's being covered from all angles. Is that the president? Or is it an assassination attempt all of its very own? 7 guards, must be a bloke. Ready to catch the ball. Looks determined. Oh, good change of direction, but he's been rumbled. He's been tumbled. Mustn't grumble though, he's going home. As the ref whistles for an ambulance, let's look at that again for my ridiculous replay. He fell over himself. He fell over all on his own. They fell over each other. And that was actually the half-time whistle, but rest assured we'll be back in part 2 for some skittles. And high rollers. As the General says, poverty is no sin, but it can't buy your love. Welcome back to part 2, and if, like Elton John, you like a bit of booze, these are just the lads for you. 56 crazy kids are still kicking around for skittles. Let's see what the General's got up his sleeve. And what's cooking in his pack. You pick a card, it corresponds to where you stand on the grid. And then they roll the bowling ball. 158 pounds of finely tuned metal rolling down. You don't want to be number 1. Oh, if you're number 1, you could end up doing a number 2. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. They all go. Only 3 standing. Good shot, madam. Number 8, fairly safe. Oh, look at that ball. Oh, right down the middle. Bang! Number 1 didn't stand a chance. The only one that's gone, though. Number 2 doing the pogo, but staying in. Number 7, well hidden. Oh, you didn't want to do that, did you? There's the wrecking ball. She's good, this girl. She's very accurate. And again, number 1's going to take the full brunt. Whoa! 3 went as well. So has 8 gone. Oh, 10 and 6. Ridiculous replay time. General Lee's mum, Mother Lee, really put it back into that. But it didn't pay off. Number 2 hops through to the next round. Along with 34. Running for the high rollers. Well, if you watch Takeshi's Castle, then you know the game from one side to the other, whilst avoiding serious injury is the object. Yeah, the future might be orange, but not for you, love. Bye-bye. Did her best, banged her head. A few tears. Look at this, though. She goes down, the head gets really caught. Well, no, actually, I think she did all right. She'll be okay. Oh. He won't. That was terrible. Oh, this is not much better. He's recovered, though. Oh, good recovery. Oh, excellent recovery. Oh, dignity intact. You go through. Along with that chip on your shoulder. Good technique, the rollers aren't even moving! What happened there? He forgot to jump! Caught that full in the face! Oh, trip to the dentist, I feel! Almost a carbon copy of the last disaster. Ends the same as well, in the drink. Lovely leg wear, but you're not going through, mate. Through the ringer. Oh dear, dear, dear. Unfortunate, really. Got as far as it could. Ridiculous replay time. This ruddy fella who almost falls at the first hurdle, but gathers himself skillfully and makes a clear run to the final showdown. But before we get to that, let's look back in anger at our furious flashback and see how our less fortunate non-finalists splashed out on the rapid road to ridicule. He's shredded already. Whoa! Good jump. Oh! Touchdown! Oh! Through the ringer. It's time for the final showdown, and an amazing 9 nifty natives climb out of the pipe and into the car park to face the Emerald Guard. 9! That's good. Let's see what's cooking. Haven't seen so many dinky dodgems since the last time I was at the fair. 9 to take on the guard. There's got to be a good chance now. Don't let us down, you mighty warriors. You've come this far. Protect your ring at all costs from the accurate Emerald Guard, and you could storm the castle. Emerald Guard's so accurate. Get on your trolley, you trolley. There's the chef trying to cook up a storm. Is there only one left? No, surely not. There's lots there. Oh, he's crashed. The chef has crashed. And he's crashed out the game as well. Pistols of dawn here, firing away. But no, he's been penetrated too. Another one loses his ring. The general says, come on, charge! Waves and waves of attack here from our cunning contestants. It's the general's battle plan. They haven't all gone at once. Trying to eliminate the guard whilst protecting some of their rings at the back. Surely with 9 to storm the castle, they're in with a chance. Oh, look at the Emerald Guard, getting very cocky, trying to do a wheelie. It's not looking good now for our contestants. No, it's not. Another ring is penetrated, and guess what? We have one final contestant. But lots of the guards' rings are intact. Oh, and look how accurate they are. Excellent shooting from the Emeralds. Dropped his gun, he's recovered though. Hanging on, trying to protect his ring, angle it away from the mighty cannon. He's run out of water. He gets a refill from General Lee. It's a gunfight at the OK Corral. Oh dear! He's gone. But hey, it's not over yet. There's another contestant. I overlooked him. This game's going on for ages. Does he stand a chance? It looks like one-on-one. Oh, but he's gone! No winners this time on Takeshi's castle. But I understand the general has some gardening tips for us. Ah, so that's where you put your perennials. But as my old dad used to say, if you dig it in the spring, it'll be out of fashion by winter. Sayonara. Good morning, or if you're watching at any other time, good afternoon, good evening and good night. Yes, it's me, Craig Charles, back once again with the Renegade Disasters. Get a firm grip, guys, because otherwise you're liable to be whipped into the tornado and dumped a long way from Kansas. Coming up, we'll be slip-sliding our way into skipping stones. Splashing out to the honeycomb maze. And rolling away with it in the high rollers. Yes, you've guessed it. It's another knockout edition of Takeshi's Castle. As always, ladies' favourite General Lee starts the fun with 100 happy campers, ready to risk life, limb and light cheese in order to reach the final showdown and storm Takeshi's Castle. Let's get kicked off with some chaotic climbing. It's the Great Wall. 100 contestants, only 88 places in the next round. Concept's basic. Simple even. Get over the wall and you're through. As long as you're in the first 88, of course. Teamwork may be required. It's slippy on the way down. It's hard on the way up. Trying to keep his pants white. Didn't quite work. Oh dear. This is the outer wall of the castle, of course. They've got a long way to go and they're finding it difficult already. What's he come as? A birthday cake? Oh. He's got a box on his head. Why? Answers on a postcard, please. Oh, a flying run. Is he through? He's left it late. I think he did it. Oh, there's a hare in the gate. It's a mouse. Is it a mouse? Is it a hare? Do we care? He'll tell the time when he gets home. Let's see if he can include slip discs in the story. Our contestants have a ring on their helmets. From their highly accurate water cannon. If your ring gets penetrated, of course you're out the game. The trick is to keep your head down. Mighty Mouse. Come up. Is it rolling right? Don't get caught in the crossfire. The bowls of fruit! And after those fruity fumbling 78 madcap contenders make a beeline for the honeycomb maze. There was a bunch of grapes in the last game, I'm sorry, but there was. I saw them with my own eyes. This game different, of course. Oh, what a dive! That was better than Francis Jeffers against Liverpool. Not that I'm bitter, of course. You have to get from one side of the maze to the other and come out on dry land. No, that's water. Never mind. It's not actually water. It's raw sewage. Little jobbies floating around if you look closely. She's keen. She's moving with speed. Oh, dear. She's been cornered. Can she body swerve the gods? Yes, she can. Good move. Oh, wrong door. Wrong door. It's still not the right door. It's the wrong door. She's out. Probably the right result. Looks like she doesn't want to get her hair wet. She might have no option. Oh dear. Oh no, she's caught in a cul-de-sac. Told you about the hair. Look at it. Flying up, flying out. Getting wet. Something involving two, he said there. Maybe it's I'm going to get through this, because he has. Fell before she even got inside. It's the honeycomb maze. Can she be a busy little bee? No, she can't. She's a bumblebee, and Bumble's out of the competition. Lots of screaming and calling each other's names, pushing and shoving and out of the game. His favourite band, of course, is Wet, Wet, Wet. He managed to keep us cool nicely there. My ridiculous replay wasn't so calm and collected. as he dives straight out of the contest. No skipping stones for him, lucky fella. He's convinced he can do this, but it's not easy. It's the shin shredder, and he's shredded already. Out the game. Good job he wore his hard hat, though. Good jump. Oh! Could have been dangerous. Good jump, eh? He's like an Olympic athlete, tries to recover, but no, rolls off the stone and rolls out the game. Look at that jump, though. Oh, skip and dump. Oh, she slipped there, lost her foot and twisted her ankle, scraped her shin, banged her wrist, and... well, countless other injuries. She's out. A load of water up the nose as well. Here's Boxhead. Boxhead out the game. Good recovery there. Got to choose the right stones. Oh, well recovered again. He's like a cat with so many lives. Yes, he's through. And he falls over as well. He's not as good on dry land as he was on the stones. Oh, but that hurt. Look at that now. Oh, bang. There we have it. Mighty Mouse. Oh dear. You'd think a mouse would protect his nuts. That fella didn't. Nibbles his way. Gnaws his way. Out of the game. For my ridiculous replay, you've got to see the fella in the red suit again. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. This has got a hair. Ow. You're gone. To hospital. The rest have gone to gridiron, 67 of them. They've got to take on Count Takeshi's rambunctious rabble and make it to the end zone. Look at the shoulder pads. Last seen on Joan Collins in the 80s in an episode of Dynasty. Come on, what are you doing? You go the wrong way. The guards have fallen over. You've got to get past them, though. Oh, that was a high tackle. Oh, number 62 brings it crashing down. Hardly fair. Oh, it's a melee now, turning into a scrum. Five guards for the girls. She's working at a good rate. Oh, but no, she ran into a brick wall that was number 21. Crashes out, looks hurt as well. That's hardly going to cheer her up. Zigzagging across the pitch. What are you doing? Come back. Changes direction. Oh, she's doing well, suckering them into falling at her feet. Oh, yes! She's made it. Touchdown! She seems very pleased. That was a great body swerve there. Draws him in. He goes over 21, falls at her feet like a lovesick puppy. And then 48, trying to get hot on her heels. Couldn't make it. She's through. 7 guards for the boys, 5 for the girls. Kind of evens it up a bit. Oh, he's got to turn his speed on him. Right through. Oh! Oh, but he's taken out in the end. Trying his best to fight his way through. But, oh, brought him down. Quite heavy on his shoulder. Looks a bit hurt. He's in pain there, I think. Of course, our defenders here on gridiron look like Teletubbies got out to play. He's being covered from all angles. Is that the president? Or is it an assassination attempt all of its very own? 7 guards, must be a bloke. Ready to catch the ball. Looks determined. Oh, good change of direction, but he's been rumbled. He's been tumbled. Mustn't grumble though, he's going home. As the ref whistles for an ambulance, let's look at that again for my ridiculous replay. He fell over himself. He fell over all on his own. They fell over each other. And that was actually the half-time whistle, but rest assured we'll be back in part 2 for some Skittles. And high rollers. As the General says, poverty is no sin, but it can't buy your love. Welcome back to part 2, and if, like Elton John, you like a bit of booze, these are just the lads for you. 56 crazy kids are still kicking around for Skittles. Let's see what the General's got up his sleeve. And what's cooking in his pack. You pick a card, it corresponds to where you stand on the grid. And then they roll the bowling ball. 158 pounds. With finely tuned metal rolling down. You don't want to be number 1. Oh, if you're number 1, you could end up doing a number 2. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. They all go. Only 3 standing. Good shot, madam. Number 8, fairly safe. Oh, look at that ball. Oh, right down the middle. Bang! Number 1 didn't stand a chance. The only one that's gone, though, number 2, doing the pogo, but staying in. Number 7, well hidden. Oh, you didn't want to do that, did you? There's the wrecking ball. She's good, this girl. She's very accurate. And again, number 1's going to take the full brunt. Whoa! 3 went as well. So has 8 gone. Oh, 10 and 6. Ridiculous replay time. General Lee's mum, Mother Lee, really put it back into that. But it didn't pay off. Number 2 hops through to the next round. Along with 34. Running for the high rollers. Well, if you watch Takeshi's Castle, then you know the game from one side to the other, whilst avoiding serious injury is the object. Yeah, the future might be orange, but not for you, love. Bye-bye. Did her best, banged her head. A few tears. Look at this, though. She goes down, the head gets really caught. Well, no, actually, I think she did all right. She'll be okay. He won't. That was terrible. Oh, this is not much better. He's recovered, though. Oh, good recovery. Oh, excellent recovery. Oh, dignity intact. You go through. Along with that chip on your shoulder. Good technique, the rollers aren't even moving! What happened there? He forgot to jump! Caught that full in the face! Oh, trip to the dentist, I feel! Almost a carbon copy of the last disaster. Ends the same as well, in the drink. Lovely leg work.